Okay, and we're back. So in this video, we're going to go through how to calculate month-over-month changes in economic data. If you haven't seen the first video in this series, please go back and check it out. It's going to walk you through what these first several lines mean. Essentially, we're just loading the packages that we need in R to do the things that we're going to be doing. And then we are retrieving data from the FRED database. Now, the first two videos, I looked at unemployment rate. In this third video, I'm going to be looking at CPI, or Consumer Price Index. This is a common measure of inflation. Higher values indicate that people are paying more money for common goods and services, but it's the same general layout. We've got a date column and we've got a value column, and these data are sampled once a month. And I've pulled in data from the current date all the way back to 2000, January 1st, 2000. And because they're sampled once a month, it's going to be pretty easy to calculate month-over-month changes. So how did, for example, CPI change from January 1st to February 1st in 2000? Well, what you would do if you were doing this by hand is you would say we were at 170 in February, and that was an increase from 169.3 in January. And then to make this a percentage, real simple, divide by the original value, and then multiply by 100, and you have this, right? So from January to February in 2000, consumer price index rose by a little under 1/2 of 1%. So now we want to do this for the entire data frame, and then we're going to plot it. Okay, so in R, what we can do is we can use a function in the tidyverse in the dplyr package called mutate, which is going to create a new column, and it's going to assign to that column the values that we put in here, or that we create an algorithm to calculate. So what we're going to do is we're going to say m/m change is equal to value. So remember, what we're trying to do is recreate this column here. So we want value minus lag value. Lag is going to go one back. So because it's once a month, we want to say, for example, on February, take the value at February, subtract the value of lag 1, which is January. All right, and we need that to be in parentheses, so that happens first. And then we're dividing that by that January value, again, that lagged value. And that needs to be in parentheses. And then the final step is multiplying by 100. Okay, let's run that. It ran, and here we are. So look at that. You can just see on that first column there, that happened. Now you're going to see an NA up here because there is no lag value for that first one, because that's the first instance. So when you do this lag, you're always going to end up with one too many. That's fine. All right, now let's plot this. Now in video number 2, I introduced you to Ggplot. In Ggplot, we're going to be calling CPI, and we're going to be setting our x equal to date again, and this time our y is going to be equal to m/m change, right? And then we are going to add a theme to it. That's good. And then let's see, we can do a line plot. So we'll say geom line, and we'll say color is equal to 0, 0, 8, 0, 0. Let's take a look at this. See, pretty simple. So again, anything over 0 indicates that you've got a increase from one month to the next. In consumer price index, anything under 0 means you've got a decrease. So increasing typically is an indicator of inflation. And so another way to view this instead of a geom line would be to be, and I prefer this next one, we can do a geom segment. And in geom segment, we're going to call in x will be equal to date, x end will be equal to date, y will be equal to 0, and y end will be equal to month-over-month change. And now we've got a geom segment plot, which looks like this. And I like this a little bit better. It's just a little cleaner. Now you can see up here, right, this is where we are currently. High month-over-month changes. In fact, the highest month-over-month change since 2008. And if you want to, you can filter the data down by date by just calling in a filter command. And then you could say date, that's the name of the column that we want to filter on, greater than, as date. Let's say we want to just go back to January 1st, 2008. So you can do that, right? And then if you want to, you can make these segments a little bit wider. I don't really like that. Let's keep it at 1. And you can see this is our current position now, current month-over-month CPI change. And you can see it's all the way back to 2008 until we get that again. So not great, right? Costs are rising. Okay, that's how you do month-over-month. In the next video, we're going to be going through year-over-year, which is the same general concept, but technically a little more complicated in the code. So stay tuned for that.